Oh man, it's nothing but dust down there. That is so fun. Hey, thanks for tuning in to Twang and Bang. Last year, I took an Intro to Tactical Shotgun course from Frankie McRae at Radon Tactics, and it was a pump-only shotgun course. The problem for me was, as many shotguns as I own, and I do own a few, they are all autoloaders. But I knew after that day I needed to get a pump shotgun. After doing a lot of research, it was easy to settle on this. It's Mossberg's 590A1. It's got great ergonomics and reliability that has earned it the reputation as the cockroach of shotguns. And that's why it's coming up next on Twang and Bang. The 590A1 was designed to be the most durable and reliable shotgun that Mossberg makes. It's earned a reputation of being the only pump shotgun to meet all the requirements of the 3443G US military shotgun spec. This includes firing 3,000 rounds of 2 3/4 inch Magnum buckshot without a single broken part and with no more than 3 malfunctions. Though the 590A1 comes in several configurations, I opted for the basic 18.5 inch 5+1 model for my home defense gun. The 590A1 is basically a really beefy 500 series Mossberg. It's got the same basic design, including its great ergonomics. It's got a truly ambidextrous safety mounted at the top of the receiver and an action release button that's right behind a trigger guard, both of which are easy to manipulate whether you're shooting right-handed or left-handed without moving your hands from a firing position. It also has this really nice big loading port for loading the tube magazine. One of the things that I really like about this design is that the shell lifter drops down for loading, of course, but then it rests up in the middle of the receiver, so it's up out of the way. Other designs, you have to push the shell lifter out of the way in order to load the tubular magazine. And I found that this is a lot faster at reloads, and it's also impossible for you to get your thumb caught in the lifter, as you can sometimes do with other designs. The 590A1 easily disassembles into these components without any tools, and you can even remove the tubular magazine with a little muscle. This makes every part readily accessible for cleaning and lubrication, whether you're at home or in the field. The 590A1 is chambered for 2 3/4 inch and 3 inch shells and comes with either a 20 inch barrel or the 18.5 inch barrel shown here. It's Parkerized, it has an extra heavy wall, and it's chrome lined for added durability and corrosion resistance. This barrel was designed to resist damage when slammed into the steel bulkheads on ships, and this makes it perfectly suitable when using the shotgun itself as a less lethal standoff weapon or even as a club in a worst case scenario. The bolt houses 2 extractors and a beefy square cut bolt lock which mates with the barrel when the action is closed. Like the barrel, the bolt on the 590A1 is Parkerized to military standards. It's designed to work with a minimum of lubrication, though I find that the finish holds lube very well. When the bolt mates with the barrel, the 590A1 has 100% steel-on-steel lockup. This greatly reduces the recoil stresses placed on the receiver, and it's probably the design feature most responsible for the round count potential of the Mossberg 500 series platform. The trigger housing on the 590A1 is anodized aluminum and contains all hardened steel internal components. It weighs only 1.7 ounces more than the polymer trigger housing of other 500 series Mossbergs, which is why this housing is a popular upgrade for them. The receiver is made of anodized aluminum because there isn't any need for steel, and this makes up for some of the weight of the other beefed up components. The top is ribbed to reduce glare when using a bead sight, and it already comes drilled and tapped for installing scope bases or a Picatinny rail. That's the first 6 shots I've ever taken with this shotgun, and it shows how effective a bead sight can be. I find a bead faster than ghost rings, so that will always be my preference on a home defense gun. So I'm going to try to see how the bead sight works for slugs. I've got a steel target out at 75 yards, it's an E-type, and I'm going to run these KO slugs. That's scary looking. I'd rather not have a clear shell to see what I'm shooting, but that's going to pack a wallop. That's 3 shots offhand at 75 yards, and I'm not that great of an offhand shooter. Ghost ring sights would do better, sure, but you have to train a lot for them to be as fast as a beat up close. And this is a home defense gun. When Mossberg says this is a 5+1, they mean that even with 3-inch shells. Put one in the chamber, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shells in a tube. This is Remington 3-inch Magnum, number 4 buck. It's actually 41 pellets, and wait till you see how this patterns. The 590A1 does not have a choke, and that's to ensure a good spread of shot at defensive distances. He's dead. He's dead. The stock set on the 590A1 is a really nice synthetic. The forend is called synthetic wood and actually has a very nice solid feel to it. The buttstock has a very effective recoil reducing pad on it. The length of pull, however, I think it's more geared towards wing shooting style of shooting. And the truth is, most people who buy this, that's the way they're gonna shoot this. But I shoot with a more pressed out technique. Probably a lot of you might as well. And because of that, I find 5.8, I'm not really a big guy, but I have to grab onto the back end of the forend. There are shorter length of pull stocks you can get directly from Mossberg. They also sell a version of this with the awesome Magpul stock set that has an adjustable length of pull. So you're not stuck with this long length of pull stock if that's not what you want on a 590A1. That said, I don't really have that much of a problem adjusting my stance a bit to use this stock, and the recoil pad does a great job of taming the punch of these 3-inch Magnum loads. Recoil management is more than just for comfort, it's also about muzzle control. As you can see in this slow motion footage, I have no problems keeping the muzzle on target, rapid firing some 8-shot low brass, which is great ammo for training or competition. No recoil pad can change the laws of physics, however, and this clip shows just how hard 3-inch Magnum loads can kick. You can see how the recoil impulse turns my shoulder into jelly, yet I'm still able to keep the muzzle in my line of sight because of my stance and the help of that recoil pad. That was a 5th and 6th shot of a rapid fire string though, and I still felt it. I was able to find the 51-411 for about $430 shipped to your FFL from a number of different trusted online retailers. And for what I was looking for in a home defense pump gun, I think that's a really good value. Of course, it's Mossberg's most basic model of the 590A1, which is why I think it's going to make a great basis for a build series that I'm doing. I've got a number of great aftermarket accessories, and I'm going to do a series of videos taking you through step by step what I would do to take this really good shotgun and turn it into what I think is the ultimate home defense pump shotgun. So be sure to click right here to subscribe so you can catch that series. If you like this video, please take the time to log into YouTube and click the like button or the plus button in Google+, because YouTube needs to know that you like firearms-oriented programming. I really appreciate you watching Twang and Bang, and I hope to see you next time.